Castrol.
Justin Roux following through the 0-1 on the doors, the 0-4 champion showing the way.
Vanger Dan is a future champion in the making.
200 kilometres an hour off the main straight. Falcon hits the brakes.
JT's got some anger in him now.
Two of the top high-powered turbo rockets battling it on Castrol corner.
And all the speed check from Justin Roux. Richards is on top of him now.
Well, welcome to the D1NZ D1NZ National Drifting Championship Series. It's round number 5, the grand final. We're here, Pukekohe Park Raceway.
That's right, Steve. Daniel joining myself, Kenny Ruddle in commentary for you this weekend. It is full coverage of the top 8 here from one of the fastest drifting circuits in the world.
200 kilometre an hour entries, the fastest corner in drifting, and a fantastic crowd on hand to witness some of the greatest action that we're going to see.
That's right, the crowd bumping on in through as we come on down to the top 8. It's the series judges for the weekend, and of course Brendan Ducker looking over the line with 35 points up for grabs.
Australian Dan Mackey, based out of Sydney, will be scoring angle, 15 years in the sport, a pro drifting judge since 2013.
Kyle Jackway's looking over style with 30 points up for grabs. Of course, it's a total score of 100. And Steve, Mr. Fanger Dan Woolhouse, our top qualifier for the weekend.
Well, the top qualifier this Century Batteries, VF Holden Commodore, Fanger down. It's a fast lap around here, over 200 kilometres an hour, a wide outside line to start the course through the sweeper.
Great stuff, great onboard vision here of the footwork of Mr. Fanger Dan Woolhouse, as well as a very lucky passenger as we come through our first clipping zone.
Well, we wash through into the left-hand side, inside clipping scoring zone through here, and then straight into a right-hander.
Yeah, a bit of a left-right-hand combo, and then they push on through. There's an outside zone on the left here as they come through, and that's where the rear of the car needs to be. One final clipping zone here, the last inside apex. From here, it's full throttle down as they push out to a wide outer line to finish over the ripple strips, and that is a lap of Pukekohe Park Raceway.
Well, time to check out our penalties for the weekend. 1 wheel off track will dock you points during the run. 2 wheels off, of course, will get a 0 score. Straight line and spins will also score a 0. Corrections throughout the run will result in a points deduction.
Time now to look at our battle criteria. And of course, the lead car has to set or better their qualifying performance, and the chase car has to use the lead car as a mobile clipping point throughout the course. And of course, they can't progress further than the A pillar. And if they do, they will be docked a penalty throughout the battle.
Well, let's check out the top 8. Tom Marshall goes up against Joel Patterson. Cole Armstrong will take on Troy Jenkins. Ben Wilkinson versus Danon Templeman. And Nico Reed versus Joe Marshall.
Well, some interesting names already knocked out of the top 8, but of course Cole Armstrong, Tom Marshall, and the likes of Danon Templeman in the mix there too. So pretty big stuff happening right now as these guys get into their first battle.
Well, confusion maybe for some of you on screen. Of course, the Toyota's Galore GT86 has been manned by a number of different drivers this season, but the man who's chasing is in second place. He's going for first this weekend. Tom Marshall, the Toyota's Galore GT86.
Real shallow run there from Joel Patterson and the Vehicle Imports Direct R32 Skyline. Tom Marshall right now is looking really strong. He's going to have some extra points up his sleeve as they go into the second pass.
Link ECU replay, and as we see the Vehicle Imports Direct R32 Skyline going a 1 wheel off coming through the sweeper. Points deduction.
Yep, so he's got a little bit of work to do here in the second pass. What can Joel Patterson do now in the lead? Tom Marshall with the advantage. Does he know this? Is he going to keep it consistent and smooth in the chase? He does. Great entry from Patterson through the sweeper. They switch on through. Patterson, though, off that transition clip, and that leaves the door open for Tom Marshall. Marshall closing the door now, and he just gets right up on that rear quarter. Steve, that has got to be a win for Tom Marshall.
Yeah, it was a good battle. I don't know if it was enough. We'll soon find out.
Couple of wheels off, so I'm not too sure. But yeah, it was a mean battle of Tom.
And it would be enough for Tom Marshall to go through. Of course, Tom Marshall chasing the Drift King title this weekend. Can he pip the man on screen who leads the way, the V-Energy 250 GT? It's Cole Armstrong, Troy Jenkins, and the Brian Roberts towing S15 will come in and give chase.
Series leader Cole Armstrong, huge gap back to Jenkins. Jenkins really needs to close this door here and close up the gap. Armstrong just putting on a flawless run out in front. Not a lot of bitumen left to go for Jenkins. The gap's still there, and Armstrong, he's just going to hold a very big advantage in the first pass.
Well, let's check out the Link ECU replay. Cole Armstrong, we've mentioned it before. He is a man chasing his first Drift King title. Is this going to be enough in the first pass to give him advantage? He's right up on the bum, though, of Troy Jenkins. That Brian Roberts tow in S15, certainly not lacking pace, but here comes Armstrong.
Armstrong right on that outside line the judges wanted to see, and he's all over the rear quarter. Drops back just a little bit as they come through the transition. Jenkins, though, clean lap out in front, but it's not going to be enough. Pushes wide over the ripple strips, gets it all wrong on the exit, and Armstrong is going to go through to the semi-finals.
Link ECU replay, and watch how Armstrong closes right up. Jenkins, he starts to pull away at the start, but here comes the V-Energy 250 GT. Armstrong closing the gap. The ripple strips get touched by the car in front.
He definitely has a lot of speed compared to me, so but I caught him at the end. So, hey, hopefully we got it, but that was a real solid run, both runs. I'm quite happy with those.
Well, unfortunately for Troy Jenkins, it just was not enough. And as we take a look at the Link ECU replay here, and Cole Armstrong, you see there, coming through with the win here.
I think because I got through to the top 4, I may have won, I don't know, but hey, I'm not too fussed about that yet. We want to take the win here and do it well. So we'll keep pushing hard, man. We'll see how we go.
Well, only a handful of days ago, the Pack and Say Botany Downs S15 of Benji Wilkinson's was a write-off. He's now going up against Dane and Templeman. The car's been fixed. The RB32 will give chase against the fastest 2J in the country, the E46 Pace Pools BMW of Dane and Templeman.
Great stuff here. Two of the top turbo rockets coming through as Dane and Templeman applies the loud pedal. The Pace Pools E46 BMW coming on through. Bit of a gap here to Wilkinson. Wilkinson stacks on the angle, tries to close the door, doesn't really have the opportunity to do so, and well, that's going to be an advantage here for Dane and Templeman. What's going to happen now? Second pass.
Dane and Templeman certainly turning a lot of laps here at Pukekohe as a racer in the past. Now drifting today, throws it sideways. It's Benji Wilkinson, the Pack and Say Botany Downs machine. He kissed the concrete, but this time he's going up against one of the fast men of the field.
Ben was just bouncing off the limiter as he came through the sweeper. Templeman, though, keeping it nice and cool, calm and collected in the chase. And is it enough?
Went a little bit shallow on the inside there after entry. But apart from that, I guess we'll have to see what the judges say.
Well, some words there from Ben Wilkinson. Well, interesting decision here, Steve. Ben Wilkinson and Dane and Templeman going OMT.
The judges couldn't split them up. OMT one more time. Pace Pools E46 BMW Dane and Templeman will set those tyres alight as they fire it into that turn 1 sweeper.
Dane and Templeman absolutely mashing the throttle. Another gap still to Wilkinson. So a lot here for Wilkinson to cover. And oh, is that a spin for Wilkinson? He's out of frame. No, he collects it. So Dane and Templeman, huge gap in the first pass. Wilkinson, though, he's at a big disadvantage.
Well, that gap, that was almost a couple of 100 metres as they finish the circuit. What can Wilkinson do? He leads up front, throws it sideways, dialing in the angle in the Pack and Say Botany Downs S15. Dane and Templeman, though, tries to close the door.
Ben Wilkinson riding the curves. You see Dane and Templeman there lurking, though. He's right on that rear quarter now, closes the door. The Pace Pools E46 is going to come home with the victory.
Well, he certainly throws out the haze up front. It's not going to be enough for Benji Wilkinson.
Yeah, I think we had a pretty good run then, a lot better than the last one, so hopefully we go through and onto the top 4.
So Dane and Templeman grabbing the victory in the Pace Pools E46. Ben Wilkinson knocked out. A great result, though, finishing inside the top 8.
Well, next out on track will be Nico Reid, the Evergreen Tyres Nissan S15. He's going up against Joe Marshall, the Frankenstein's S13 Pro Sport machine he's borrowed for the weekend.
The Martin Davies S13 all over the rear quarter there. Joe Marshall behind the wheel, of course. It is a borrowed car, but wow, great stuff there from Nico Reid. A mistake for Marshall in the second half of the section.
Yeah, just came through that clip. The car straightened up. As we'll look at the Link ECU replay, Joe Marshall actually throws the right rear tyre off the track. Points deduction. Nico doing everything right up front.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. So there will be a points deduction in that. What can Joe Marshall do in the lead, though? Nico Reid now has the chance at chasing. Here we go into the sweeper, 180 kilometres an hour. Oh, mistake for Marshall. He wavers a little on the sweeper. Nico Reed trying to close in on that rear quarter. Marshall, though, has that little mistake as they come on through. Nico Reed keeping it nice and clean, closes the gap as they exit the section. The Evergreen machine is going to hold the advantage.
No, I don't think I did. Had a bit of a messy chase, and my lead run wasn't the best either, so I think Nico's got this one in the bag, eh?
Yeah, no, it was quite a tight battle there with Joe, but yeah, it's nice to come up the ladder, but hopefully we can go one more.
Well, great stuff there from Nico Reed and the Evergreen Tyres machine. Link ECU replay, you see that mistake there from Marshall in the earlier run, and that will be the win for Nico Reed, moving through to the semi-finals.
Well, that's how they line up for the semi-finals. Tom Marshall will go up against Dane Templeman. Cole Armstrong versus Nico Reed. See you after the break.
Welcome back to the Demon Energy D1NZ National Drifting Championship. It is the grand final here from Pukekohe Park Raceway. And Steve, Cole Armstrong and Nico Reed, semi-final number 1.
Last year, Nico Reed was out there trying to chase a championship. This year, it's the V-Energy 250 GT that leads the way. He leads the championship, and where will he finish it? As he takes on the people's champion, Cole Armstrong sets the track ablaze.
A pair of RB30 Nissan turbos firing through Pukekohe. Amazing action here as Armstrong again setting a fast lap, and Nico Reed just pushing wide there after the S's.
Link ECU replay, the V-Energy 250 GT of Cole Armstrong doing everything right up front, and this is where it goes wrong for Nico Reed. Pushes a little bit wide, scrubs off the pace. Armstrong flies his way through.
So small little correction there for Nico Reed. Advantage Armstrong. What can Nico Reed do in the lead? Fast laps here, these guys. Both of these boys are the faster runs throughout the weekend, and that was a really wide run there from the Evergreen Tyres machine. He was a little bit off that transition though, but Armstrong right there on that rear quarter. Oh, so it's going to be a close one, Steve.
Right up door to door for both of these drivers. We look at the Link ECU replay. One of the things with drifting is being able to trust the man that you're drifting with, and these two here, they've drifted for many, many years together, trusting each other. As you see, Armstrong close right up. Fantastic drifting out here on track today.
Well, there is the win. Cole Armstrong grabbing the win over Nico Reed.
That was a fat battle, man. Neeks is a top bloke, top driver. Man, I'm having a blast. That's why I do this shit. It is unreal. Mean.
Cole Armstrong, one hand on the title. This is the man who's in second place, trying to chase him down. Tom Marshall, the Toyota's Galore GT86. He's going up against Dane Templeman in one of the fastest 2JZ-powered BMWs in the world, and one of the fastest tracks in the world. Dane Templeman comes into the Pukekohe sweeper.
Dane Templeman done many laps here, as you say, Steve, over the years as a circuit racer, now behind the wheel of a drift machine. And oh, Marshall just stacks on the angle through the transition as they come on through the S's. Marshall, the Toyota's Galore GT86. Well, that was a bit of a wild one, wasn't it, Steve?
Wild it is, chucking on the angle. I tell you, if Cole Armstrong is going to win this championship, it's not going to be without a fight from Tom Marshall, a car he's only stepped into this weekend.
Well, it was a little bit ugly towards the end there for both of those drivers, so perhaps it's a fairly even run here for both of them. What's going to happen in the second pass now? We've got Tom Marshall in the lead.
Well, Marshall lines up the sweeper into that right-hander, dialing in the angle.
Danum with that horsepower advantage you saw there at the start, just keeping it a little bit conservative. He knows he's going to catch this lead car as he comes on through, but oh, mistake for Marshall. He scrubs the tyres.
And huge championship implications as we see it on screen. The rear bumper gets ripped off. That is going to put Dane Templeman through to the final against Cole Armstrong.
Well, that was wild stuff for the semi-finals. We weren't expecting that. Tom Marshall just scrubbing the tyres, but that will mean he will go through to battle for third and fourth place. And Steve, we are building up. You can feel the atmosphere here at Pukekohe.
Well, one person is going to grab their hands on the championship, on the title, on the trophy.
We're in the battle for third and fourth, so yeah, we'll see what happens. Nico's always a tough battle, so yeah, we'll give it all we got.
Well, some fighting words there from Tom Marshall. He knows it is a tough one ahead of him. Nico Reed and Tom Marshall, both of them stars in the Pro Sports Series back in their heyday. Now they are in the Pro Championship finals here at Pukekohe. Wild entry again from Nico Reed in the Evergreen Tyres machine.
Well, that NRD Taniwha will flow out of that double right-hander onto the back straight, but here comes Marshall closing the door. Fairly even run.
Yeah, late attack there from Marshall as we take a look at the Link ECU replay. Nico just consistent driving all weekend. But the 2J machine of Marshall, and you'll just see there applying the throttle towards the end of the section there.
Second half of this third place battle that will find the last spot on the podium. The Pyro Company Toyota's Galore GT86 of Tom Marshall with the Evergreen Tyres S15 of the People's Champion Nico Reed. Who will it be?
Nico Reed closing in on that rear quarter. It's all, oh, mistake for Nico. Huge mistake for Nico. He's off in the grass. He recovers, but that will be a 0 for the Evergreen Tyres S15. Steve, it is all happening here at Pukekohe.
Well, huge mistake for Nico Reed. The Taniwha crossing the grass.
Well, Tom Marshall is going to come out the victor in that, and he will grab third place on the podium.
Well, it's grand final time, the final of the Demon Energy D1NZ National Drifting Championship Series. Cole Armstrong, the V-Energy 250 GT, up against Dane and Templeman in the E46 BMW. You wanted the best, you've got them two abreast. It's the Demon Energy D1NZ, it's final time!
Great stuff, Steve. It is the final. It is the last battle of the season. Who will reign as king here at Pukekohe and king of the championship? Cole Armstrong leading out a fantastic run through the S's. Huge angle from the V-Energy 250 GT Skyline, and he's been gapped. Dane Templeman's been gapped through the end of the section.
Dane Temple, one of the fastest drivers in New Zealand, the fastest car. Cole Armstrong is a man on a mission. He flows out and gaps, puts a huge gap between himself. Huge advantage for this man here. He throws the signs out the window. He's happy. He is going to go into the second half of the battle.
Second pass now for both of these guys. Two of the top turbocharged rockets of D1NZ. Toyota-powered BMW in front, Nissan through and through in behind. RB30 2JZ. Who's your money on?
Well, Cole Armstrong, he's had a fantastic season. He won at round one. He won at Hampton Downs. Can he win here? The grand final, Pukekohe. I think he's done enough.
What a final. What a final from both of these drivers. We'll take a look at the Link ECU replay, and Dane Templeman, I don't know. I don't think he's done enough to fend off that hard charge from that green machine.
Well, we're going to find out as we go to the judges and see the judges score. Link ECU replay, as we see, one of those people will win the round, but I think somebody will win the championship. The hand out the window, they're pretty happy with each other.
Hats off to Cole, he's driven fantastic all year, and you know, him taking out the championship and then a battle with that, just it was a cool battle. You know, the good thing about Cole is he doesn't hold back and he throws down, you know, and I could do that with Cole all day.
Yeah, come in here. This is what it's about, mate. This is what it's about. Me and Slim just did the final. Unreal battle. Just being able to put the car in there to over 180 k's right next to this, man. He was right up my date. This is what it's about, man. We love to do this. This is why we pour all our heart and soul into it, and what a show we would have just put on. Unreal. No man, mate.
Thank you, my man.
Unreal. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. Woo-hoo!
Well, great stuff there from both of those guys, and this is it, Steve. The championship trophy being handed over as tradition by last year's championship winner, Kurt Whitaker. Armstrong has done it here at Pukekohe. He has taken the round victory and secured the 2017 championship title.
Well, congratulations. That is our 2017 title and Drift King for New Zealand, Cole Armstrong, the V-Energy 250 GT. What an amazing result. He's tried for about 7 years to grab that title, and he takes it this year at the home of drifting Pukekohe.
Great stuff here at Pukekohe Park Raceway. Cole Armstrong taking the victory, the round victory and the championship. Smoke aplenty in the victory burnouts. Cole Armstrong, you've done it. You won the round in style and took out the championship.
Yeah, mate, over the moon. 7 years we've been here, doing it with everyone, doing it with the big boys, and to finally come out on top, it's unreal. I'm stoked. So much hard work's gone into it this year. We needed to have a good plan, and we stuck to that plan, and it paid off, mate. I'm over the moon. V, we can't do it without you. Beautyline, all these people that are on board with our team. It's unreal, man, and I'm so stoked to finally take that #1 spot. DK, yeah.
Well, great stuff from Cole Armstrong, our brand new championship winner. Any guesses, Steve, to what's in the trophy? I'm sure it is something that will keep these guys fueled for the rest of the night. And of course, it's great to see the celebrations in pit lane.
Fantastic stuff for the D1NZ 2017 New Zealand Drifting Championship. We've seen some fantastic battles online from the first round at Forsyth Bar Stadium, Dunedin, going all the way through to Pukekohe Park. 5th place in the championship was Dave Steadman. Dayton Templeman finishing in 4th, Nico Reid in 3rd place, Tom Marshall finishing in 2nd, but Cole Armstrong taking his first ever Drift King title in the V-Energy 250 GT for the D1NZ National Drifting Championship Series.